Shalom, shalom. Hi, I'm Kim Johnson, and you're here with me right now, sitting on my balcony overlooking the city of Jerusalem, and probably hearing a little bit of the construction going on in the background, and seeing the national bird, the crane. I'm so excited. I am so excited that you are here on my Patreon page. We are building a community of pro-Israel, pro-US individuals, organizations, people from all over the world. And so we're so excited to be bringing this to you. Now, let me give you a little bit of background. First and foremost, I have given my life, truly, since I was a young adult, to studying Hebrew, Jewish studies, Israel, bringing people together in Jewish Christian studies, Jewish Christian relations, kind of pioneering with a lot of other amazing people, relationships that will endure, especially during troublesome times in Israel, in the US. And I've watched this country grow from the early 90s to what it is today, and it's just been an amazing walk. However, my life took a major shift when I was 50 and decided to go back to school and get my degree in Jewish studies. I thought it would be like going to a yeshiva. I'd get to learn a lot more Talmudic studies and dig deep, into a lot of the biblical Hebrew and all of this very cool stuff. And it was nothing like that. What it was Jewish history. And so it was from every possible aspect. And when you learn Jewish history, you're going to learn European history. I mean, when I started this course, I knew nothing about European history, and I was fascinated. And so Jewish history meant learning Holocaust history and Holocaust studies and European history. And then we shifted to Israeli history, the birth of the nation, the history that brought this nation into existence. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. And I learned about Middle Eastern history, and I learned about counter-terrorism and national security issues and ideologies that were forged throughout this history that brought forth incidents and events like the Holocaust, like what we're seeing today with Iran, different organizations and sects that are essentially anti-Israel. How all of this came together. And so this became all of a sudden the focus of the way that Hashem was, God was directing my life. And so I ended up at Haifa University getting my master's degree in national security studies. And yes, it was the coolest degree ever. But a lot of other things were birthed at that same time. First of all, Coffee with Kim. I started going live to stay connected with friends and family in America, and we talk about U.S.-Israel relations, what's going on here in Israel, and in addition to that, we had a weekly Torah study going on, a little bit of Hebrew here and there, really cool stuff. And then we also, during that time, began to uncover some really interesting stuff going on underneath the surface in America, and poof, out came the book, Unraveling the Washington Web, and the issues that gave rise to the presidency of Donald Trump. So, while all that is happening, of course, in the midst of that, there were other books being developed. I have listed all of that on this Patreon page. And then eventually, moved to Jerusalem, and that's where I am today. And so in this process, okay, we are here, and I have been trying to figure out through different projects, Airbnb, selling our courses, and different products like our hemp oil and our BioCell, to really be able to support and afford living here in Jerusalem and serving this community and our pro-Israel U.S. community. So I will tell you that the distraction of doing these other things has not enabled me to serve you in the way that I know I can serve you. And that's why I created this Patreon page. I created it so you can partner with me, and I can work towards finishing the books that I have on the table that are very, very not only interesting, but important for understanding the times that we're living in today. Also expanding our broadcast, not just on Facebook, but to other social media platforms like YouTube. And I have been approached and been talking now, building an advisory board for a brand new panel program called Meet the Nations. So that's a place for your questions, your voice to be heard. And we are looking not only to broadcast that on social media, but also syndicated television. So very, very exciting things coming. In addition to that, my home has become a hub for a Shabbat experience, Shabbat dinners that bring the nations together with the Jewish community here in Israel. In addition to that, we've been helping really new immigrants, or even immigrants that want to find their niche and truly use their skill and experience to really help others. So I've been helping them to find that and learn on how to create an online community, etc. And I do all of this in a volunteer fashion as my way to give back to this nation. In addition to, being introduced now to new communities that need help financially. And I talk about that on another page. But this is becoming really a culmination of life's work, and I really want you to be a part of this. I know Abraham said, if you bless the house of Israel, you will be blessed. And I know, it is written that the way that God causes blessings to flow is starting with the Jewish people and down, all covenants, everything that has been given to the nations has started here. And so I want you to be blessed. I want you to move into another dimension of being able to participate in the work that we're doing here in Israel. And so I want you to think about today. Take a look at the tiers, the different levels in which you can contribute, and we've tried to make them extremely affordable. And I want to add one thing to the lowest tiers. Of course, that includes all the other tiers, but one of the things I thought I'm going to contribute is all of the blooper videos that I create while trying to create one video. They're quite funny. Anyways, consider becoming a patron with me today. Consider really getting involved with me in the work and the ministries here in Israel. And consider today as a Patreon, all right, really moving forward and helping us to build an amazing global pro-Israel, pro-U.S. U.S.-Israel relationship community, where our voice is a voice that makes a difference, that changes the narrative, that gives people the hope and the insight and understanding and direction that they're looking for in this hour. I was listening the other day to Ronald Reagan's speech. I just want to say, you know what? We together have a rendezvous with destiny. So become part of the community. Let's do this together. Help me support what we're doing over here in Israel. Help me get those books written, get that voice expanded across the social media platforms, and together we're going to make a difference. All right, everything's below, and if you have any questions, anything, make sure to email me. Check out the links below. Become a Patron, and I think I've said that too many times. All right, I love you guys, and look forward to really being more involved in your life than ever. All right, we'll talk to you soon. All the best. God bless. Bye-bye.